Well, welcome back. This is a video. I'm Steve Shaffer, along with Josh Bresner. We are collaborating on answering the criticisms of American Kenpo techniques as being worthless or silly or stupid or totally a fraud. They are not a fraud, but it's the way they're presented. In my book, as you learn Kenpo, for example, Thunder and Hammers, the motion is basically nothing more than another tool in the toolbox. So, for example, if Josh throws his, say, a step to the right in training, the student learns the basic move, and then he folds. If he doesn't fold, then I adjust to a kick to the knee. But in training, I want him to play along. Let's say he throws a punch, I block. If he folds, I get the kidney and the strike in according to plan. But that's the training level. Then we advance, again, using the concepts of the torque and the body rotation of the inner forearm. All Ed Parker is trying to do is give the student the ability to understand what's available as he advances in the martial arts. So you can actually use the inner forearm. In this case, the target is going to be the abdomen. As I torque in, I'm using my lower checks. I'm using the hip rotation. I get a reaction. I go for the kidney, and then go for the neck, and I get out of there. That's the ideal phase if you do it correctly. So it's along the abdomen as I drive in for the shot. I keep my elbow bent, I torque in, I use body rotation, I go for the kidney, I check, and then I slam home the ending shot using the outside forearm against Mr. Josh's neck. That's a basic motion. Now you apply it in the context of a combat, then he would punch, I get out of the way, and I can add other stuff to it. I'm not restricted now by the base move as taught. I react to his punch, he does a cross, I would come in this way, get the limb destruction, go in. If he doesn't, then I'm back to leaping crane if I have to, or a choke. So I'm not restricted by any one thing anymore, but Thunder and Hammers is nothing more than a training tool. You get the person's hands up, and his other hand happens to be down. So if he comes in with a looping right, I can come in with a thrusting wedge idea. I clip him with an elbow, he fades back. If he fades back, then I pass over, and then I come back with what I needed to do to come back to work the techniques and hopefully excuse me, in the fight.
You're on, gentlemen.
All right, this is Sifu Joshua with Steve Shaffer over here. Yeah, we're going to be working with this technique. Remind me again the name of the technique?
It's Thunder and Hammers,
Thunder and Hammers.
Taught by Ed Parker.
And in the IKCS system, we have a technique very similar to it, and it's called repeating hammers. But same things apply. As the punch comes, we're doing an inward block or simply parry. This doesn't require a lot of motion. Simply coming up, our body's going to be fading out. If you see that or you don't, even if it's a straight or it's coming around, we can come out this way. Still, shoot, right on through. And it's not going to stop. I'm going to come over on the other side right quick. Let's say it comes around, or I put my hand up this way. It is not requiring me to do a lot. I want to be getting out of the way. I'm not simply going to stand here. I want to dip just a little bit. If he dips also, I'm aware of that. My head, my chin needs to be tucked in case. So an incidental headbutt can happen, but not me on the bad side of it. So, boom, shoot. Now, this strike, first, is being said, doesn't work. Whether you have the thumb on top or the other side, you don't have to hit the balls hard, okay, to get a reaction. All you're trying to do is get a reaction. If it's a huge, gigantic reaction, where the guy bends over all the way, great. But even if you get a very, even slighter, a 10-degree difference, that's all you need. You're just looking for a little bit. A lot of times the first strike isn't really what matters, okay? It's the one that follows up, because we're going to open up underneath. We get that slight reaction. I'm also going to reorbit, a little bit different than the other hammering technique. I'm going to simply go right from the grunt and be in this checking posture. My right knee, if he's in the range, is going to be jacking up that knee real easily. I'm just straight blasting to it. Can even come here, shoot to the abdomen. It doesn't really matter. It's very quick, shoot. You can do all type of things. But again, from here, I'm going to reorbit, okay? Simply take the hand that's striking, and instead of coming from here and then coming up top, I'm going to take that hand in check, knee blasting the knee, right hand coming right over top now, right to the back of the head. You don't see this coming. Even if he's up taller, boom, it is right there, every single time. To continue with the reaction, we get that kidney right quick. And you can go 1, 2, 3, shoot back. I mean, it doesn't stop. But these are gross motor skills, not requiring a lot of thinking behind it. You're just straight blasting. You shoot, come underneath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Staying out of the zone. Might go for the leg. And we're going to come right up with this heel strike. Let's say he grabs the leg. No problem. I continue with my repeating hammers. Grab that leg. 1, right to that spine. Okay? It doesn't stop. Shoot. Oh yeah, you're not getting up from that.
Thought you were finished.
No, it doesn't stop. But these legs continue to move. In wrestling, when someone grabs that leg for like a single leg, you're trying to gather out, push that head down, and get this leg out. We're gonna do the same thing, but from a striking motion, just in case. He was like, oh crap, grabs that leg, no problem. Shoot. Go right into it, right into it, right into it. He wants to stay on that leg? No problem. You good? It's fine, all right? You're just blasting, not a lot of thinking, you're just firing. That's Kenpo. It's not being based within the technique or being stuck within 1, 2, 3. No, you're flying. Any way he moves, I'm preparing. You do all these techniques so that you're used to the motion. You're aware of different angles that are possible. As you progress, you don't want to continue doing this all day long. You want to see what it's like to have someone jab at you, someone go 1, 2. What can you do then? That's the progression of basically all martial arts. You want to see what you're able to do to someone live, someone that's moving, someone that's resisting. But in the beginning phases, it doesn't work that way. You have to get the motion. Close.
You-